Hi and welcome to another one of my vintage HiFi videos. Today's going to be quite an interesting one, I think. I do like this, and there's a little gimmick on it, I think, that you may not have seen. I haven't seen, let's put it that way. There's obviously must be some more about that does this, but yeah, stick with me. Little gimmick that I thought was really nice, a nice little touch I liked anyway. Some people may not like it, but it kind of like, oh, that's good. Anyway, a little bit about how I got this first of all. This is a Rotel 150A receiver, RA150A receiver. There's a few things I like about it. I'll go over them as we go, but first thing you're going to notice with this, it's a very, very small unit. So in fact, before I measure it, I'm just going to tell you how I acquired it first of all. I bought this off of eBay. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't tell any lies, I'm just going to tell you as it is. I bought this off of eBay as parts only. He said it lit up. Not all the lights were working, but it lit up and nothing else happened. So I thought, oh, for £6, it'd give me some experience and maybe trying to mend it. You know, another way of fault finding. Maybe something simple, maybe something a little bit harder, making me a bit of practice anyway. If not, I've lost £6, stick it in the bin, like, you know what I mean? So it ain't the end of the world. But unfortunately, it arrived broken even more. I don't know if it was bad packing or what, or just unfortunate in the post. But this front dial was all smashed in, actually at an angle of about 45 degrees inwards. Smashed the glass at the front here. Well, say smashed it, cracked it in 4 places. So I thought that's not a good start. Got in touch with the bloke, told him what happened, and he said, "Oh well, just keep it. It ain't worth sending back," which is fair enough. I mean, I bought it to resell on again. Not going to make a massive profit on these. These are only £20 or £30 on eBay. But like I say, the practice and sell on again. I didn't think I'd be keeping it. So that was a good start, and I thought, wow, well, I was going to bin it. I thought, well, no, I'll carry on. I did manage to straighten this out. It's not 100% straight, but it's near enough, you know. The glass is cracked in 4 places still. You won't be able to see that probably on camera, but if you look carefully, you'll see 4 like little white marks where the crack is, like airline crack kind of thing. But anyway, all that was wrong with it was a fuse. This here, even though it's got the power supply comes, you know, mains comes in to the transformer, and it splits into, I think it's 6.2 volts for the bulbs, and I can't remember offhand, to the amp itself and the receiver. And that part where it split off, that fuse had gone. So this one was okay, but that fuse had gone. Now they do go, people move them about, shake them about, and they get slung away somewhere. Suddenly turn it on. They're old fuses, you know. This is 1972, so the fuse is 48 years old. So anyway, replaced that, done a little bit of test, just turned it on. It worked quickly turned it off. Just done a little bit of testing around it, make sure, you know, nothing looked, you know, wrong, diode wise and capacitor wise in the power circuit, and quickly tested the output transistors as well with my meter, and they seemed all right. So I thought, oh well, I'll turn it on a bit louder and give it a go, like, with me. But anyway, so all was fine, so I managed to straighten this out, like I say. Yeah, stuck some new bulbs in, which I'll do a little video there. The only bulb I didn't have to replace was the dial bulb, which is handy because these dial bulbs can be quite awkward, you know, the way they're held in and everything. I will do a quick video, because someone may have this thinking, oh, my bulbs have gone, how difficult is it? And most of these receivers, they're fairly straightforward anyway, you know, just getting to them, it's fairly straightforward. They make it fairly easy, I think, on most of them. Yeah, so anyway, I've got it all going now. Now this was made by Rotel, 1972, made in Japan. Yeah, it's only 7.5 watts a channel, but these are true watts, so to speak, as going back in them times, and Stereo Review X would say these are true watts rather than today's different way of measuring the wattage, totally different. So yeah, got a bit of room to it really, considering it's only 7.5 watts. And talking about Stereo Review X, hopefully he gets another video up soon. He hasn't had one for about a month now, I think, so hopefully a very interesting channel, that one. Knows a lot more about it than me, but I can only go by what I'm listening to, how I feel it sounds, and hopefully that still points you in the right direction as well. And at the moment I'm very low end, as you can see. This is another low end item, but I will be creeping up, hopefully, getting some, you know, dearer stuff, higher end stuff. But anyway, I do like this for what it is. I mean, it's very small. If you actually measure it, it's about 8 inches depth. That's 8 inches depth. That's about half to what a normal receiver would be. You know what I mean? They've crammed it in here. So 8.5 inches by 16 inches, and the height is just under 6. So yeah, I'll stick a picture up now of what's inside. So there's the innards, and they managed, like I say, to, you know, squeeze it in there. It looks, you know, fairly tidy on the top, and if I turn it over underneath, there's the underneath part, and it's a little bit more involved down there. But anyway, there you go. And if I, what should I do now? What should I just carry on talking about, I suppose? Right, yeah, so I'll show you what, I'll take a picture of the back as well. So I'll show you the back there. That's the inputs at the back. And as you can see, there's no auxiliary input. So we're going to use the tape input for any inputs like CD player. It's got the phono inputs at the back there, so we're covered with that. Right, okay then, let's come back to me then. First thing I'm going to show you is this, like, I don't know if it's not a gimmick, but something I do like, a nice little touch I think. If I turn this over to, let's just move that out of the way a bit there. If I turn this over to tuner, there. Okay, I've got the volume down, so we're okay. But if you watch this, the actual dial itself, there's no stereo bulb indicator on the panel at all, but a nice little touch I thought was quite nice. I haven't seen it before, there's probably a load of them about, but it's the first time I've encountered it. So as we tune in, there you go, can you see that dial light up? So that's quite nice. As you go through the stations, as it picks another one up, and there's a signal meter there, so you can finally tune it in. But I like that little touch, the way the dial actually lights up. Like, that's obviously a weak one there, flickering. Then we get a better one there, and it's also indicated by the signal meter. So yeah, so I do like that. So there you go, it's nice and solid there. I've only got a little wire, but a fairly reasonable signal. So yeah, just something I liked about it there on the receiver parts. Talking about the radio sounds quite nice as it happens. Yeah, it does sound okay. Right, so let's go to a general sound of the unit now. I will put another little short videos. I don't put it with these because they're about 6 minutes long of me doing one track and 4 different settings on the controls. But anyway, I've commandeered these speakers back off me mate. He's only just bought them. I quickly shot back round there, got them back, because I wanted to do a little testing with these speakers, because the other speakers I got are all on a little bit on the bassy side. The Dittons are on the bassy side. And the Wolfdale's on the bassy side, and I've got 2 pairs of speakers I'm hopefully going to get back. Keep saying that they're on loan as well. But anyway, so I quickly shot back and got these, because I think this is more suited to a bookshelf speaker, and I know these were lacking in bass compared with the others, so I wanted to give it a go on these. So, and it totally changed the sound of the unit, definitely. Much more suited to these speakers. So yeah, I would say this unit is suited, yet again, I'm kind of coming across this the last couple of units I've done, suited to small bookshelf speakers, or speakers that ain't got a lot of bass to them. You know, they're not, you know, you may not have a lot of bass. You know, it's like, you know, it's hard to tell if your speaker's got bass, I suppose, without, depending what amp you got, because if your amp's giving out a lot of bass and you think, oh, them speakers are quite bassy, it could be your amp giving out the bass rather than the speakers. So it's another mix and match thing, something I'm picking up as I'm going along, that you think all them speakers are fairly bassy, but it's the amp that's causing it, and not actually the speakers. So even though they've got big units, some of them may not be so bassy, but anyway, these have got smaller drivers, and they sound a lot better than the Dittons. They sounded better than the Wolfdales with this amp. It sounded quite nice as Stereo Review X, another one of his sayings. You can listen to it all day long. It's got that sweet, nice sound to it. You could listen to the radio sounds nice, and your vinyl sounds nice, your CD player sounds nice through this. You know, it's a thing you can sit back, relax, and just listen to. Yeah, again, in a small room, I would have said, you know, kind of like bedroom kind of scenario, office, something like that. In the living room, may get a little bit lost in the living room, depending where you place it and depending where you're sitting. If you're not sitting too far away, then it's probably going to work out fine. You know, volume wise, like obviously bigger speakers, the better for the volume wise. You know, I've had it downstairs, but I've had it up here just a number 2, and that's fine. Downstairs, number 3. That kind of thing, that kind of like setup, I think. Yeah, so for a small little system, and you're going to pick this up on eBay for next to nothing really. This is going to be £20 or £30 you're going to pay for this. All right, it's 48 years old, so you may come across a few problems later on. But I liked it, you know what I mean? It's one of the, I thought myself, I can't resell it because it's broke, so that's out the window. And for what I'm going to get for it, well, I can't resell it really, it's broken. But I'm going to keep this, yeah. I haven't got any room, but I just like this unit. I really like. It's got that little touch with the dial there that I like, and it's got that kind of sweet, nice sounding sound with a small set of speakers. That'd be ideal for a small room, and maybe when I'm not doing anything up here, I'll have it on up here. I can put it up on the top shelf there. You know, it's one of the things that's going to fit on a little shelf. You can put the speakers up on a very small, narrow shelf, and this is going to fit nice. So all in all, quite impressed for what for the money what you're paying. Don't forget this was bottom of the range then again, by Rotel, but a good little unit, a solid little unit. For the money you're going to pay, like I say, you're going to pick this up on eBay for 20 quid. And for £20, it's a good system. I definitely 100% recommend that for £20. But you're going to have to make sure you match the speakers, because if you've got a set of bassy speakers, they're going to sound muffled. They're just going to ruin the sound. You're going to think, oh, what's this? But with these speakers, basically, they sound really open and nice with this unit. So you're looking for a little set of bookshelf speakers, and most bookshelf speakers ain't going to be bassy. So I hope it's just getting the match right with this, I think. And once you do, it's quite a nice sound. So I hope you found that fairly interesting. Like I say, I do like a couple of bits. It's small, neat and compact, a lot crammed in there, good sound in the radio, and a good sound with the inputs as well. So that really wraps that up. So okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.